friends, Joy over here. Thanks for watching this video and joining me on your mats. Today's class, Hatha Flow all levels. We're going to be focusing on shoulders, wrists, and upper body in general. So if you spend a lot of time, sitting in front of a computer, in front of any type of screen, or even driving, this will be helpful and I hope it feels good. So let's just start seated right now. So if you want to sit on your shins, you can take a block under the sits bones, or you can also just sit crossing your legs in easy pose. Taking a moment to fully arrive, sitting tall, stacking shoulders over the hips. Lengthen and reach the crown of the head towards the sky. Taking a moment to fully arrive on your mat into whatever space you chose today. As you start to let go of any external distractions, and that can be sounds, anything that's visual, allowing yourself to go in, find that peaceful, quiet space within yourself. And then start to bring more awareness to the breath. So each inhale and exhale, breathing in and out through the nostrils. A couple more times here. Last one. Good. Then gently, opening the eyes if you close them. Take your hands to the heads of the shoulders, and we're going to start to draw circles here. So start to use your breath to set the rhythm for today's class. So the elbows come nice and wide, point down towards the earth, and then they kiss right in front of you. And then we're going to reverse the direction. So now do the opposite. And you may feel like a little cracking. I always say that I have, every time I hear the sounds that my knees make or my shoulders sounds like popcorn to me. All right, good. Now, you're just gonna bring your left arm in front of the chest, and gently, doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just extend your arm, add a little bit of pressure here. And then slowly release. Bring the opposite arm in front. And remember to breathe, to sit tall. One more time. Good, gently release. Now, place the fingers in front of your chest and then press your palms away from you. Take an inhale, reach. So see if you can bring your biceps by your ears. Now relax the shoulders down away from your ears and watch your ribs here so they are not splaying out. So you want to sit tall. Don't crunch your low back. Take another breath in. As you exhale, you're going to round your spine. So you're going to bring the hands in front of you, round the mid, upper back. You can even tuck your chin. Inhale, reach up, and then exhale. And you breathe in and breathe out. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach up, and then exhale, slowly just release your arms by the sides of the body. Okay, now if you're sitting on your shins, we're gonna do the opposite. You're gonna cross your legs. Just gonna do a little bit more movement still into the upper body here, seated. So you're gonna inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, take your right elbow under the left. So palms touch or the back of the hands. Inhale, lift your gaze. Now arch your spine. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl. How's the breath? And release. Inhale, reach up. Switch left elbow under. Again, see what works for you, whether palms touch, back of the hands. Inhale, lift the sternum, the gaze. Exhale, round. And you can really exaggerate here. Last one. Inhale, sweep the arms. You're gonna add a little twist here. So twisting to your left, your right hand can come to your right knee. Left hand can stay behind your back on the floor. One more, grow a little taller. Twist a little more as you exhale. Inhale, stretch your arms out and up, lengthen, create space. Exhale, switch sides. It's a very cold day here in Austin today as I record this video. So I hope we can build some heat as we get more into the colder days, right? The cooling weather. Inhale, exhale, fold. So you may notice as we transition now into fall, winter, that it may take a little bit longer for you to warm up your body. So be aware of that. Shake your head, yes, no. Open and close your mouth. And then walk your hands back. And now let's find a tabletop here. So from your tabletop, you're just gonna pull your belly in. So again, make sure you're not arching. Don't let that belly drop towards the floor. So press, engage, hug everything in. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, walk your hands in front of you. Take your hands as wide as your sticky mat. Here you can curl the toes under and then release your chest to the floor. If your forehead doesn't touch the earth, use a block or a book. Fan your fingers wide. Puppy pose. Breathe. Press your forearms. You can just shift your weight forward. So you're gonna come to your belly here. Walk your elbows right under the shoulders. Point your toes. So you wanna feel your knees lifting off your mat here. We're in Sphinx pose in a very gentle back bend. Take an inhale. Exhale, turn your gaze to the left. Breathe deeply into the right side of your neck. And come back to center. And to the right. Inhale. to neutral. Exhale to tuck your chin. Again, watch, friends. Keep pressing actively through the forearms. Don't let your legs get lazy. And release. All right, we're gonna get a little bit more into the shoulders before we start to, flow here and add a little bit more rhythm. So extend your left arm out to the side. Take a big breath in. Exhale, roll towards your left shoulder for wishbone pose. You have a couple of options here. You can keep your right hand in front of you. You can wrap that arm behind. If you want to add a little bit more challenge for your balance, you can even, float your leg or take a quad stretch here. If you know that quad stretch is challenging for you, this is a good way to do it. This is a good variation. So wherever you are, be present, stay with the breath, and take a couple more full inhales and exhales. Last one. And mindfully release. You're gonna go right to the other side. So extending your right arm out. Take an inhale. Exhale. Roll towards your shoulder. Keep your head relaxed here. And again, you can play with raising that leg, or you can add your quad stretch here. Make sure you draw your knee a little bit closer towards the midline. And go right back to the breath. I am going to warn you that I'm living in a active construction zone right now. So from time to time you may hear a little banging or I don't know, whatever sounds. So that's, also part of yoga, just bringing us to the present moment and see if we can just keep the focus, right, our awareness inwards. Okay, final breath here. And then gently release. Roll back to your belly. And then press up and back to downward facing dog. Start to paddle the feet a little bit. I like to sway my hips from side to side. And then finding stillness. Relax your neck. And then start to walk your feet towards your hands. Take as many steps as you need to get there. And remember, you can bend your knees generously here. You don't have to keep your legs straight. In fact, if you're feeling that tension in the low back and the hamstrings, bend your knees more, but keep your spine long. Grab your elbows with opposite hands. And just take a moment here to just really notice, observe what your low back feels like now. The back of the legs, your neck. And roll your spine, coming all the way up. Inhale, palms touch. As you exhale, lace the fingers behind your back. So keep a soft bend on your elbows here as you lace the fingers. Or for those of you that have tight shoulders, grab a strap or a towel. Inhale, puff the chest. soften the knees. Exhale, fold, let the knuckles come away from the spine. Use your breath. Notice where you can use more space. One more. Release the right hand under the face or to a block. Bend your right knee. Reach your left arm to the sky. And switch sides. Bend your left knee. Peel the chest open. Slowly release. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to step back to plank. We're gonna hold here and add a little bit of fire, right? So we're gonna hold here, build some heat. Remember, your knees can always come down to the floor and you shift the hips slightly forward. One more breath. Really zip up through the legs, the belly. And you're gonna shift forward, either drop down to your knees or hug the elbows in, lower in one piece, so no collapsing into the belly and low back. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale to release. Take your hands outside your sticky mat to lift your elbows up, spider cobra. Inhale. Exhale, dip your right shoulder, so you're adding a little twist here to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch sides. Breathe in. And breathe out, downward dog. Bend your knees, look forward, make your way to the top of your mat. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, fold. Round the spine, inhale, rise. Exhale, lace the fingers. So we're gonna do some repetition. Big breath in. Exhale, fold. Go a little deeper every time you revisit the pose. Right hand to the earth. Open the chest. Exhale, release. Inhale, open to the other side. Find again your rhythm. Fold, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, plank. You're gonna add a little saw motion here, so you're gonna shift back and forth just a couple inches. Again, you still can do this on your knees. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Inhale, Cobra Bhujangasana. Exhale, release. Hands wide, Spider Cobra. Exhale, right shoulder down. Inhale, center. Exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. Downward dog. Find stillness. Enjoy stillness. Enjoy the pause, the peace in the pause. Bend your knees, look forward, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Pull that belly in, roll that spine to stand. Inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, lace the fingers. Breathe in and breathe out. Fold. Now we're gonna keep the bind. Bend your right knee, open the chest to the left. back to center. Switch sides. And release. Plank pose. Now a few dip hips here, so it doesn't have to be huge, right? You're gonna feel the obliques waking up a little bit, but also you're toning the arms here, right? 3, 2, 1. Shift forward, lower down. Now you're gonna go into seal pose. So your hands are as wide as your mat and you straighten arms. So think of like a funnel, and you can walk those hands towards you. Again, just make sure there's no crunching in that low back here. You can always bring your feet a little bit wider. Tone the legs. One more. And release. All right, now you're gonna lace the fingers behind your back, and you're gonna keep your feet on the ground. Take an inhale. Exhale. Waking up the legs. And release. Press back, child's pose. Keep your knees touching for this one to release the low back. You can wrap your arms by the sides of your body. Soften, let go. Again, enjoy the moments of stillness. We're going to go back into that downward dog. Bend your knees, look forward, hop or walk. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out to fold. Inhale to rise. You're gonna sit low chair pose. You can do feet touching your feet hip width apart. Lace the fingers here or just reach your arms back. But again, heart is lifted. Sit low, build that fire into the quads. Belly draws in, tailbone is long. Now release, inhale, reach your left foot off the ground. That left knee is about hip height. You're gonna twist to your left. Keep your hips nice and squared here. Wake up your toes. Come back to center, inhale. You're gonna press back into sort of like a warrior 3. Find a little balance. Now plant your left heel on the floor, open to warrior 2. Very nice. Press back into a rainbow warrior or like a side lunge. And come back to the warrior 2. Now lace the fingers behind your back. Take an inhale and then exhale. And you can open your chest here. Breathe. Now release the hands towards the top left corner of your mat, getting into the hips. And then walk your hands towards the long side of your mat. So you're going to straighten both legs. Take a breath in
And breath out, fold. Grab your elbows with opposite hands behind your back or lace your fingers. Relax into the back of the legs, your neck. Hands to the hips. Slowly with the flat back, come all the way up. Inhale, sweep your arms. You're gonna exhale, open to a warrior two. Cartwheel your hands, move through your flow. So now we're facing the other direction. Move like you. We find downward dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Travel to the top of the mat. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale to rise. Exhale to chair pose. So again, you're gonna lace the fingers here. Open the chest or just reach those arms behind you. Now as you inhale, rise with one leg. So your right knee this time is about hip height. You're gonna open twist. Come back to center. Breathe in. As you breathe out, press into that warrior three variation. Open warrior two. And then exhale to the rainbow warrior. Inhale back to warrior two. And then lace the fingers behind your back. Take an inhale and fold. So you can release the crown of the head towards the floor, or you can open that chest here. One more. And release the hands towards that top right corner this time. Stay committed. And then walk your hands towards the long side of your sticky mat. Make sure your feet are parallel to each other on the same line. You can take your hands into prayer behind your back here if you want a little bit more. Or again, you can do that lacing the fingers variation, or grabbing your elbows with opposite hands. Just relax the shoulders. Keep a soft bend on your knees. And then release your hands to the floor. Take an inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, walk your hands towards your right foot, and we're gonna flow. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Press up and back, downward facing dog. You're gonna move through this flow one more time. Bend your knees, look forward, make your way to the top of your mat. Breathe in. Halfway lift, breathe out, fold. Inhale, rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, so sit low. Lace the fingers, get an inch lower here. Release your arms. Inhale, draw your left knee with you, one-legged mountain. Exhale, open twist. Inhale, center. Exhale to the warrior three. Extend the left leg behind you. Plant your foot, open to warrior two. Exhale, reverse your warrior this time.
Inhale back to center. Exhale to rainbow warrior. So your toes are lifted here. You're in that side lunge. Inhale, come back to your warrior two. Now let's take a side angle. So your right hand can come to the floor or to a block as well, or for a modification, you take your forearm to your thigh. Back to center, straighten your right leg, pivot your foot, lace the fingers here. Exhale, bow. Release your hands to the floor. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands towards your left foot. Find plank pose. Take your flow or press back, downward dog. Bend your knees, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sit low chair. Last time here. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Draw your right knee, open twist. Trust yourself, trust that you know where you're supposed to go. Back to center. Exhale to that warrior three. Warrior two, inhale. Reverse your warrior, exhale. Inhale back to Vira two. Exhale to rainbow. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhale to side angle. Chest nice and open, long line of energy from that right outer ankle all the way to the fingertips. Come back to warrior two. Turn your toes. Now bring your feet a little bit closer in. And then again, you can work on that reverse prayer here behind your back. Puff your chest, keep a long spine, draw the navel in, and then slowly fold. Hands down to the earth, big breath in. Exhale, walk your hands towards your right foot. Move through this one last flow, or you can just find downward dog. And then bring your knees down to the ground. We're gonna find a seated position. You can extend your right leg in front of you, bend your left knee. Take a big breath in, and then exhale, fold. Janushirshasana. Another opportunity here to open the back of the leg, to release the low back a little bit more. And then slowly release. Take your left hand to the ground, press yourself up for a little stargazer.
Slowly release, switch sides. Extend your left leg, bend your right knee. You can always prop if that knee's not touching the floor. Lengthen, create space, and then fold. Keep the quality to your breath as we start to cool down here. Final one. Walk the hands back. Plant your right hand on the ground, roughly in line with the hip. Again, find a long line of energy from the toes all the way to the fingertips. And release. Now, crossing the legs, sit tall. Take an inhale. And audible exhale. Extend your right arm out to the side. Take your left ear towards your left shoulder. You may stay here or slowly start to press your hand down, and where you find a sweet spot where it intensifies the stretch here, you pause. Couple more breaths. Keep the heart lifted. And now slowly draw your chin towards your chest. Come back to neutral. Now extend your left arm out. Take an inhale. Exhale, right ear towards your right shoulder. And then again, you can start to move the fingertips towards the floor and pause where you feel enough sensation. Notice if you start to round the spine. Bring your chin towards your chest. And then inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale, shift your gaze up. Very nice. Back to center. We're gonna take another seated twist. So you can either keep your legs crossed in easy pose, or for a little bit more, you're gonna hug that right heel closer to you, and then cross your left ankle roughly in line with your right knee. Plant your big toe on the floor. Now take your left hand behind you, reach your right arm up, and then exhale, twist. Using the inhales to lengthen, the exhales to get a little deeper into the pose. Slowly release and switch sides. Press the sits bones equally here on the ground. Right hand behind you, left arm reaches up, and then twist.
bring your legs to butterfly. Take an inhale, and then exhale, just round your spine and fold.
Five mindful breaths here.
And start to walk the hands back if you feel ready. And then you're gonna come all the way down to your backs for your final relaxation, your Shavasana. Remember, this is the most important pose, so give yourself permission to spend, a minimum of 2 minutes. You can stay as long as you want. And just give yourself, again, time to relax and the body to absorb all the beautiful gifts of yoga. Thank you so much for joining me again, and until next time.